The National Youth Development Agency is denying claims it spent millions to upgrade a Sedibeng house. The DA is claiming that it spent about 2.6 million rand on renovations, but the agency's CEO, Waseem Carrim, says it was only involved in a training and a development partnership. Carrim joins us now to unpack this further. Thank you very much for your time this morning. Maybe just explain to us exactly what the issue here is.
Yeah, thanks so much, and thanks for the opportunity to clarify. So I think first of all is that the NYDA as a youth development institution really does not have any mandate in the building of human settlements or houses in South Africa. That mandate lies solely with the National Department of Human Settlements, the provincial departments, and to some extent local municipalities. And really, to move into the context of what we're discussing today is, I think I first from the outmost need to state how appalled we are by the conduct of Sedibeng District Municipality in this program. We were approached by Sedibeng, like we are with many other municipalities around the country, to say they would like to run a skills development program for young people, but due to physical space, they needed some support with the stipends and the tools of trade. The skills program was specifically in the construction-related industry. And the reason they wanted to do that is they had a lineup of municipal infrastructure programs, upgrading of schools, the renovation of the house, which is under dispute, which would then have the ability to create employment for these young people post their skills development training. The NYDA availed 550,000 to the municipality. Of that, 150,000 was for the payment of stipends, 2,500 a month for 20 young people for 3 months, amounting to 150,000, and 400,000 was for tools of trade. That was 2,000 rand per young person for 20 young people, which included their construction toolkit, their uniform, and their PPE. As an accounting officer, I'm fairly comfortable with the amounts that were paid across to the municipality. We verified that the work was done, that they'd received their training, they'd received their certification, and that they were able to move forward. That is where the NYDA's role in the process stops. The municipality is then encouraged to employ those young people in its construction-related or infrastructure-related projects. The municipality then receives a question from the provincial legislature about how much they've spent on this RDP house. And they decide, in their own wisdom, to issue a response that says that NYDA contributed 2.6 million rand towards the spending of that house. Yeah. And they give that to the MEC of COGTA to table as an official response. Now, I want to use this platform to ask my counterpart, the municipal manager, who I've been on the phone with all of yesterday, to say, does he know that it's a criminal offense to lie to Parliament or to lie to the legislature or to issue false and misleading claims here? The municipality has gone and spent 2 million rand of their own money, which they can't account for, and I've decided to push the buck onto the NYDA. And as the NYDA, we're not going to stand for that here. We've issued the municipality with attorneys' letters this morning, which will indicate to them that they have 24 hours to correct that question that they've answered in the legislature, and to issue a public statement apologizing for the reputational harm that they've caused to the NYDA as a result of this year. If they do not do that by the end of close of business today, the NYDA will be approaching the High Court early next week to obtain an order compelling them. And furthermore, we intend to issue a defamation case against the Sedibeng District Municipality for their abhorrent conduct in this matter.
Included in that presentation that was made at the legislature was the fact that the NYDA had hired a service provider to conduct this work. Also, please clarify that for us.
Thanks. And I mean, I've issued a full annexure of documents to yourselves and other media houses here. The payment from NYDA was an intergovernmental transfer to the Sedibeng District Municipality. Had the NYDA appointed a service provider, we surely would have paid the service provider directly, right? The service provider was appointed by Sedibeng. And I challenge again the municipal manager to come on this platform and prove that statement that he made to the legislature that the NYDA appointed the service provider. I'm not sure whether eNCA has had the opportunity to read the question. As a professional myself, I'm embarrassed by how that question was answered. In one part of the question, the municipality says they appointed the service provider. In the next part, they say the NYDA appointed the service provider. So which one is it here? I really think they need to come out publicly and start explaining what has gone on in this project.
No, absolutely. So you're saying that if they do not issue that retraction that you have called for by the end of business today, you will be approaching the High Court in the coming days. I mean, in the meantime, what do you feel this does for the reputation, or what the NYDA will then become perceived as because of the kind of news that's been spread?
Yeah, I mean, it's a severe reputational harm, right? The NYDA has done a lot over the last number of years to clean up its reputation. We've been a beneficiary of 7 consecutive clean audits from the NYDA. And as a result, government itself has doubled its investment in NYDA. We are the beneficiaries of increased transfers from the fiscus. We have many donors from the public and the private sectors. And those donors ask us questions when headlines like this find themselves out in the media. So we're very disappointed, and we will not stand for Sedibeng's municipality's conduct in this regard here, especially as a partner who came on board to support them in their project. The fact that they can feel it so easy to go and just pin their problems on the NYDA is a real problem for us here. And as much as we understand intergovernmental relations, we really cannot stand aside and allow this to happen. And throughout the weekend, we will continue pressurizing the municipality to do what's right. And again, I'm calling on them to come on board and do the right thing. Yeah.
No, absolutely, and of course it's going to be important for us to get MBC Lebogang Maile to explain the reasons he gave those answers in the legislature when those questions were posed to him. Waseem Carrim, thank you very much for joining us this morning. NYDA CEO refuting the claims that have been made that money, about 2.6 million rand, was used to refurbish an incomplete RDP house. On to the story.